I'm going to step into the shoes of former President Toledo and ask Parker Liotard from France to be your fourth delegate speaker.
Thank you very much, Mr. Haysom. It's such an unbelievable privilege to be here, particularly because, unlike most of you, I am just starting my journey to try to contribute to environmental issues. Like you, however, I am excited and driven to work towards a sustainable planet where major challenges have been met. From what I've seen these past few years in the young community, young people are constantly inundated with contradictory information from schools, peers, and the media about environmental issues. Young people have not, until now, been given a legitimate platform to express their views or the tools or inspiration for concrete action. In particular, high school students like me do not yet have the momentum, professional credibility, or investment muscle to make a difference in this issue or engage with those who do. Today's youth are becoming disengaged and skeptical of what should be considered the major challenge of our generation. Although we saw public-facing campaigns looking for change in environmental policies in the lead-up to Copenhagen, like Copenhagen and UN Seal the Deal, youth campaigns were noticeably absent. One notable exception, however, is Mr. Anand's Tick 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 initiative, which clocked up an impressive 15 million supporters. Our generation must become properly informed and actively involved in order to meet the significant environmental challenges that we face. As the beginning of a campaign to meet these environmental challenges, I'm embarking on an expedition in late March to attempt to become the youngest person to ski to the geographic North Pole. In brief, my guide and I plan to set out from Russia's Borneo ice camp and ski to the pole from there, pulling everything we need to survive on sleds attached to us by a harness. Through this expedition, I hope to inspire, inform, and engage young people in a real dialogue on environmental issues facing the polar regions, and show them what we can do today to solve them. Using viral communication methods such as Facebook and Twitter, we hope to create a global network of young people working together towards the same environmental goals. The polar regions are a barometer of global environmental health, and they really demonstrate the effects that climate change has on all of us and our planet. Both the Arctic and Antarctic regions are deteriorating at an ever-increasing pace. For example, during August 2008, scientists discovered that the Arctic Ocean during its summer melting period had an astonishing melting rate of over 33,000 square miles per day. In the summer of 2007, the summer ice extent was the lowest ever recorded at 1.59 million square miles. Just to give you a point of comparison, Antarctica covers 5.4 million square miles. Examples like these have been seen all over the world. For example, the Antarctic Peninsula has become so warm recently that plants have even started to grow. We all know that if no concrete government action is taken to reduce emissions by 2020, the consequences could be disastrous. In fact, according to experts, in only a few years, expeditions like mine will no longer be possible in the Arctic. I know that, for example, my guide for the upcoming expedition, Doug Stoop, has had to swim across the Arctic Ocean on previous expeditions. Clearly, we need the support of youth and older people in our mission. I have asked GE to team with me to help make this happen. GE is supporting my expedition as part of their Ecomagination campaign, an initiative encouraging global action on environmental challenges. Over the past few years, GE has set an example by meeting an ambitious target of reducing the greenhouse gas intensity by over 1 million metric tons. In the absence of a binding global agreement on emissions, it will be up to the world's leading companies and governments, of both in large and small countries, to commit to investing in a future that creates innovative solutions to environmental challenges. Issues such as the imposition of a global carbon market based on the cap-and-trade system cannot be addressed by young people alone. Together, we must find common ground where emissions reductions are possible for different economies. Al Gore's 2006 film, for example, An Inconvenient Truth, really inspired me to become interested in climate change. However, in the words of world-renowned polar explorer and environmentalist Robert Swan OBE, we have had the inconvenient truth. It is time for the convenient solutions. With critical climate milestones throughout the first half of 2010, for example, the first G20 prep meeting in early April and the UN climate talks in late May, the timing is perfect for a global youth call to action to persuade the world's adults to come back to the table and find a binding agreement on emissions and a global solution for the climate once and for all. I would just like to say in closing how deeply appreciative I am to have been offered this opportunity to voice my strong support for this resolution. I remain humbled by this challenge and dedicated to our mission. Thank you.